peaceful, quaint forest of Rivendorf, there once lived two bunnies. Their names were Strendel the Brave and Theodore the Kind. Each day they would wake up when the sun rose and spent their time hopping around and collecting food until they had enough to last them at least 3 days. Although they lived happily in the forest, the brother and sister were all aware of an ancient, unutterable evil that lurked in the farthest reaches of the northern forest. Unutterable, meaning impossible to pronounce. You may notice the word utter, which means to pronounce or speak. Well, as winter drew close, the bunnies found themselves unable to find any food near their home. They ventured further and further away each day, only to realize they had collected barely enough food to nourish one of them for a day before becoming benighted. Benighted meaning overtaken by darkness. Notice the word night, the period of darkness in each 24 hours. As desperation crept in over the following days, the bunnies agreed their only hope was to venture into the very north of the forest in hopes of finding enough food to sustain them during the coming winter, even with dangers awaiting them, though those proved to be unfathomable. Unfathomable meaning impossible to fully understand. Notice the word fathom defined as understand. After a sleepless night and fear in their hearts, the bunnies spent all morning hopping north until they reached the dreaded part of the forest where no light shined through. Though they had reached their destination by midday, the sun proved no easy ally in their quest for food. After many hours and a deeper and deeper journey into the very heart of darkness, the bunnies began to hear deep, foreign voices chanting in unison, the very sound of which caused them to freeze in place, as if under the influence of some powerful incantation. An incantation is an uttering of words, purporting to have magical power. As Theodore made an attempt to turn around, and away from those fearsome voices, his sister Strendel reached out her foot and stopped him before he took one more step. When Theodore saw what he had been saved from, he breathed a heavy sigh of relief. Strendel had kept him from wounding his foot in what appeared to be a cold, hard mouth of the earth with jagged teeth. However, Theodore's luck did not last, as his next step found that of a lone twig, which snapped at the pressure of his foot. The voices suddenly shouted indistinct words to each other as their owners began a rampant chase towards Theodore and his sister. Here, rampant means violent or unrestrained in action or purpose. As soon as they heard the voices approaching, Strendel and Theodore hopped as fast as they could out of those forsaken woods, narrowly making it towards the lighted area before the chasing voices stopped mid-step. Although the bunnies could not understand their words, they could hear fear in their voices and knew that whatever sought them with such aggression before would never cross into their land.